Hello, Master here and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to look at spotting missions and how I find it easiest to complete them, and the tank that I'm going to be using is the British Tier 10 light tank. It is the Manticore. If you enjoy what you see, please don't forget to subscribe to my channel. So before we get into the action, I'll show you my crew and equipment that I'm currently using on this tank. My crew on this tank are quite good, both onto the 5th skill. The equipment I'm using in the special scouting slot is Commander's Vision System. In the special mobility slot I've got bends, and then I've got coated optics. But in my second loadout I've pretty much got the same, but I got rid of coated optics and I've got binoculars just for them camping maps. So on field modifications I have maxed it out, so I've got a permanent bonus of plus 3% to hull traverse speed and plus 5% to vehicle hit points. I haven't filled with any other modifications. So now let's have a look at it in action. Today I'm playing on Prokhorovka. It's an encounter battle, which means both teams are attacking the same base and we're all tier 10. So I completed mission 15 for the T55A and the Object 260, exactly like what I'm going to show you now. You need to be on this map and spawn in the north, and then you need to try and get into one of these bushes. I do find it easier playing tier 10 because your tank destroyers do hit harder, so it's a lot easier to get the high assistance. So I didn't manage to make it in the bush. I took a shot as well, got set on fire, but I've got an automatic fire extinguisher, so I need to pull away, and hopefully that ABR will cut across the map a bit, which will allow me to circle back and try and find a bush to spot. Once I get into a bush I should be perfectly fine, especially since the enemy's only got an ABR to scout, so he'll be all over the place, and if I can get into a bush and just activate my binoculars, nobody should spot us. So I'm in the lower bushes, which aren't too bad, but if you can get into the top bushes you'll spot everything and you will get a lot of assistance and easily manage to do these missions. So I'm in position now, and this is where you want to be, roughly around about here. Just make sure that you can't get spotted from the middle, being in that little open area right next to us. You do want to be well tucked into the bushes but be able to spot. Now that ABR is going to really struggle to get to this side of the road because I'll constantly spot him, and hopefully my teammates will get shots into him. Now I spotted the Object 268 at the bottom. I'm just trying to reposition so my binoculars are deactivated at the moment, but they've activated, and then I've even spotted a Strichvan 103B. So that ABR is trying to spot, but he just can't come over here without me spotting him. So hopefully my teammates will take him out soon. There's some more tanks spotted, and he's the assistant rolling in. To tell you the truth, when you get to this position you could quite easily go and make yourself a cup of tea or a cup of coffee and just leave it, and the assistants will roll in and you'll be perfectly fine. The only time you'll be in trouble being in this position is if the enemies push up and try and win this side. But since I'm spotting them and they haven't really got anybody spotting our tanks, they can't win this side. It's virtually impossible for them to push up without me spotting them. That as long, this is a really key point, you do not fire your gun. If you fire your gun you will get spotted, and then you'll have to move from this location and you'd probably get taken out trying to get out of this location. So never fire. Now while I'm sitting in this spot I'll tell you some key things about this tank. At the moment I haven't got a full camo crew, so my camo is only 23.5. That's stationary and moving, which isn't too bad as long as I don't fire my gun. But the key thing here is with the binoculars I've got my view range up to 553 meters, so I'll easily spot anybody that comes into the circle. That circle is the maximum view range circle, the 445 meters. And since I've got Commander's Vision System, even when they're pushing through bushes I will spot them. Not at full 445 meters, but as they get a bit closer I will be managed to spot them in them bushes. So this type of gameplay isn't really my favourite. I'm not really that big of a fan of light tanks, but I was only playing the Manticore because it's top of the tree, and I thought this would be the best option and chance for us to get all the field modifications quick, and it turned out I was right. That's how I managed to get them all maxed out. I hadn't really played it since the field modifications came out. But even when this isn't the game style I like to play, I do know how important it is for my team to win. My role sitting in these bushes spotting. So I did play the role that you should be playing in a light tank, especially on this map, because the key thing for me is winning battles. So I knew this was the best thing for me to do to help my team win the battle. So the assistance is coming in now, up to 3,000, 3,700, and I'm spotting a bit more now, and hey, all the damage goes in. The enemy look like they're trying to push up a little bit, but I'm spotting everyone. There's a shot into the leopard that I've spotted. Can they take him out? They can't. But now I'm up to 4,400 assistance. And now I've spotted an E4. There's an E4 in front of us. If I fire, he will be able to spot us. But I'm not going to fire, so I'm just going to stop here. So I'll tell you a little bit more about this tank now while the assistance rolls in. You do get a decent 105mm gun on this tank. It does have 248mm of penetration, which is quite good for a light tank, and you've got 390 alpha damage. With my crew and equipment, I've got an aim time of 1.81 seconds, which is good, and a dispersion of 0.36, which isn't that good, so it's not for sniping. And then I've got a reload of 12.79 seconds, which is a very long time. It is the downside to this gun, which only gives us a DPM of 1,830, which is really poor. But that's not what this tank's for. It's not for frontline battling or anything like that. It's for scouting. So the gun is just secondary. So now back to the battle, and it's definitely turned in our favour. We've killed 6 enemy tanks and only lost 1. And now my assistance is up to 8,800, which is enough to do the mission for the Object 260. Now my team's pushing up to my location, so I'm going to try and push further forward. This battle's pretty much in the bag, so even if I die, I think we should be alright to win the battle, so I can get a little bit more creative and sneaky by pushing further forward, see if I can light up anybody else for them. Now another key thing with light tanks is your mobility, and I can tell you on this tank the mobility is really good. You do get a top speed going forward of 68 kilometers an hour, which is really quick, and then you get a reverse speed of 25 kilometers, which is excellent as well. So now I've spotted a leopard, 2 leopards in fact. One's been taken out, but I didn't manage to get all the assistance for it. Some of my teammates are getting the assistance as well, so I'm just letting my teammates push forward. I'm still getting some assistance, but I'll soon push forward a little bit further. So I think there was an IS-7 here somewhere in these bushes, and it looks like he's been spotted. There he is. So I'm just going to see if I can get as much assistance as possible, and now I'm over 9,000. I'm not exactly sure how much assistance is the max I've ever gotten, but I know that it isn't 10,000, so I'm going to try and get 10,000 assistance for the first time, and I'm up to 9,500, so I'm not far short now. So it looks like this corner's pretty much empty. There's the leopard one, so I might be able to sneak a shot into him. He is a one-shotter, and I'm still getting some assistance on him. Not sure where the artillery is he in these bushes at the back? So I'm alongside the leopard. Can I finish him off? No, I cannot penetrate. Can't penetrate leopards, that's a first. But he's been taken out, and I have been spotted. Object 260, they're behind the railway lines, so is the Object 261 artillery, so I can't really get to him. But what I want to do is try and get around the back of the Object 260. If I can take his track off, I might be able to get some assistance from that. Also, I might get some assistance for just being close to him. So we have got a Leopard 1 trying to circle him to death. He's only got 471 hit points. Can I take the track off? Taking the track off and penetrated, and he's been taken out. Let's have a quick look at the stats. Was only a class 2, and I got a spotter ribbon and the patrol duty medal, which is awarded to the player who helps the team damage at least 6 enemy vehicles by spotting them. And I managed to get 10,662 assists and 398 damage, that one shot into the object 260. So I'm second for XP with a base XP of 1012. There's only that 398 damage. I made 59,000 credits plus 12,572 XP. That's due to a person mission payout, a person reserve bonus, and an award for the first victory each day, which was at ×2. I'd like to thank you for watching today's battle. I hope you enjoyed it and found the information useful. If you did, please don't forget to like and comment. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe. There's a little icon in the bottom left hand corner. Cheers.